Minister, I won't take the full time. First thing I want to say is I stand foursquare behind you as Minister. I think you're doing a fine job and continue to do it. I also think the Garda Commissioner is doing a fine job and he should continue to do that. Speaking about the riot, I think I'm probably the only person in this room that ever actually was involved in a riot. I was sergeant in charge of a riot section and we faced 15,000 people at that particular day. And I can tell you from my point of view, it's a damn scary place to be, so it is, when you're facing a maddening crowd. But I think our Gardaí did well. The notion that there wasn't enough Gardaí, those who are screaming about Garda resources, are they willing to fund 300 Gardaí sitting in a barracks somewhere in Dublin in case they're needed on a given night? Let's be honest. You had a normal situation, normal policing situation, and as Tom Clonan has said, as Barry Ward has said, these situations can get out of control very, very quickly, and there's very little you can do about it. I think our Gardaí have to be commended for the amount they actually saved. We all know the damage that was done, but there could have been an awful lot more damage. I do think we've got to look at a few things and take this opportunity to ask you to do that. With respect to the Garda Síochána, the same applies to the Defence Forces. We've got to start examining why so many are leaving, why so many don't want to stay. And one of the issues you're going to have to discuss with your colleague in Public Expenditure and Reform is the issue of Garda pensions and the impact that's having on members of the force and why they want to leave. Also, I want to bring the head of intelligence into this debate. I've been accused of racism because I say it must be an Irish citizen that heads up our intelligence service, and I would ask you before any appointment is made maybe to consider some of the things I've already put on the record in this House. But for God's sake, Minister, every single time something goes wrong in this country, oh, fire the minister, get the minister out. And what are we going to do about that? What does that solve for anybody? Does that help the children that are, the one child that's still lying in hospital and the care worker? Does it? It doesn't. The same about the Garda Commissioner. Sack the Garda Commissioner. And what do we do then? Unfortunately, I was here when we drummed one minister out of office in this House. And I think it's a despicable way to go. And I'm telling you now, from my point of view, I stand behind you as an independent senator, and I believe that you're doing the job you're being paid to do. You're doing the best you can under the circumstances that are there. There are issues that have to be looked at with respect to training, with respect to pensions, with respect to pay. Get those sorted as quickly as you can. But your Gardaí are serving you well. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Senator Craughwell.